Hello, this video was requested by a viewer. This is taken from my latest win with the Volatists. This is what I feel is comfortable for defeating the Death Knights on Nightmare. And if you want a build order or know how to get to the point where I'm at eco-wise, you can watch any of my other runs and see what I build and prioritize. I have an kinda outdated build order guide, but it kinda works. It's not perfect. Otherwise, there's several people on YouTube that you can find that has done it for the new patch. For Death Knight 1, you can get away with 3 ballistas. Then I would have 3 layer walls. I normally build 4 or 5 with 2 layer walls and just forget about it. You can take it with around 20 archers as well, with the first and, if you're lucky, the second damage upgrade, but then I would actively help with the hero as well. I am helping with the hero during this wave, like you can see, but it's mostly to gain exp, not that I really need to. Just remember to change the priority settings to strongest so you kill the spiders as fast as you can. So here we're preparing for Death Knight 2. I am lucky enough to have it at the same place as Death Knight 1. I just changed the walls to tier 2 walls, and in the towers behind I put my arbalists. You want 4 at least, and a couple of archers with the first and second damage upgrade. If you don't have arbalist by this point, around 15 to 20 archers should be enough, but then I would add 2 or 3 more ballistas to make sure. Once again, I'm speeding up the clip a bit, and you can see that I'm very comfortable with my wave defenses, and I keep pushing for that stone to increase my eco during the night. The same like the other night, don't forget to change on towers so you have the strongest targeting to kill the crusher. What you want is to kill the crusher, always kill the crusher fast. So here we have Death Knight 3, and from what I have understood, most people have a problem with Death Knight 3, and I understand. The thing is, don't build walls, don't even fucking research walls. Save your money, get the siege workshop, get flamers, and get 2, or if you're lucky, 3 AoE upgrades. You research the best tower instead, the tier 3 tower. You find a choke that's 4 to maximum 7, I would say 4 to 6 wide, and you want it to be wider behind your defenses. You place 1 row of towers, fill them with arbalists. You should have at least 20-ish by now. If you have a decent eco, I overkilled it a bit and have 30 plus. What you do is that you take the flamers, put them behind the tier 3 towers, set the priority targeting on the towers, and the crushers will probably not even reach your walls. So let me throw in a little bit of base building things while we wait. After Death Knight 2, you rush the bank, you upgrade the houses to get more gold income, you push towards the edge of the map, you try to find a pocket and get space so you can get farms. Once you have a bank placed and you have possibly upgraded a couple of houses, while continuously building a couple of arbs when your economy allows, then after that you research the tier 3 towers, and that is enough to start research for siege workshop. And then you want preferably at least 4 flamers, and somewhere around 20-25 arbs-ish. It's very important that you play aggressive. You take space, you push map edge, you try to find 3 to 4 iron nodes. Get your iron to 25, 30 at least. Stone 60 plus for Death Knight 3. 80 is better, but 60. Then I would be comfortable. Because you don't need to waste that many resources on all these fucking walls. I have built walls in the past. I just skip it because it's pointless. It's not needed, not even for the final defense. And we speed up again. The most important thing after Death Knight 3 is pushing the map, getting the red crystals, upgrading stun on the flamers. And you do that even before the 3rd damage upgrade on Arbalest, in my opinion. Then you go damage upgrade Arbalest and then tower damage Arbalest. And as you can see here, they barely reach my towers. Usually the crushers do the horrifying wave and then they die before they do the actual slam with this setup, and we continue with Death Knight 4. It's the same strategy. I'm gonna keep these defenses, and the only difference is the amount of stuff you need. I add like 3-4 flamers, so that's 7-8 flamers, and I add some towers behind. Might be stone towers, might be tier 3 towers or tier 1 towers, it doesn't matter as long as you have arbalests in them. I would say 35 arbalests are fine for the Death Knight 4. And the back towers doesn't matter. If you have better towers you can have more on a smaller space, but they're not supposed to reach them, so it doesn't matter HP wise. You see that I'm very comfortable with what I have over there, so I'm just pushing on the map to try to clear as much as possible while the wave is actually coming. And with this setup, that's what's good about it, because you will have excess resources and be able to push and clear during nighttime to get better eco. And you can see that I'm basically not even watching the wave come in, because if you take Death Knight 3, you're gonna take Death Knight 4, you just add a little bit extra. They're not reaching the towers, I keep producing units, I keep pushing out on the map, taking space, taking resources, just clearing the map, because the more you clear, the less you have to deal with the map when it rushes you at the final stand on Nightmare. So, Death Knight 5. Same thing again. We add some more units. Well, Flamers is okay with somewhere around 6 to 10, depending on your eco. I would have 10 to 12 if it's a double wave, like I have in the south. The only difference is I have more ARBs. So say 40 ARBs per defense. 45 maybe, to be really comfortable. One difference is that I build tier 3 towers behind the line to fit more arbalests that can reach, and I will do so on the other defense lines as well later on, but since this is the last real wave before the final stand, I do it immediately, and I keep pushing out, clearing the map, up until the last minute to not have any stragglers from the rest of the map pushing me through a weird choke somewhere and fucking up my run. Because that happens a lot. If you have played Nightmare before, you know what I'm talking about. Those narrow wood lines are death if you don't clear the map. Once again, we speed up. I place the tower a bit awkward, so one of my towers is gonna go down, but the flamers are there, so it's fine. And while this wave is going on, I'm just building tier 3 towers, upgrading the back towers to be able to fit more arbalests in a smaller space so all of them can reach the same target. I will do a couple of great ballistas, but that's just for good measure. You might see that I have quite a lot of arbalests and quite a lot of flamers, and that's just because I was bored and I had really good eco, so why not just build more? More is always better. But 40 arbalests to 45 per defense line and 6 to 10 flamers per defense line. If it's a double defense line, you don't need to double it, in my opinion. You do 50% extra to be safe. So 60 arbs, maybe, ish, plus 10 to 12 flamers. And here is the final stand. I built the great ballistas just because I had money. I sold my farms, I had pop space, I just built it, because why not? And you're gonna see that the nightmares, even the crushers, won't even scratch my walls. I think it's 1 or 2 walls that gets hit and loses like 1 millimeter health. I'm sorry about that, Imperial gang from the US, but that's a very small percent, just to translate. But like you see, you don't need walls. Walls is just extra money going down the drain. You need stun flamers and tier 3 towers. Flamers and orbs. For life. Well, thank you so much for watching this. I hope this helped some people with reducing costs on unnecessary stuff. Tell me down below if you liked it. Is there anything else you want me to cover? This might not be the most cost effective. It's just really easy. Works for me. I don't know statistics. I don't care. I've never cared. I try something, I lose, I fuck up, I retry, I change it, and then it works. That's what I do. It works for me. If you liked the video, please sub below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Good night.